This whole story began developing 2 days ago. And from that point on, these terrible events kept on snowballing in a reign of terror that has not abated. The main advice news reporters have been able to get from official sources is to tell private citizens to stay inside their homes, behind locked doors.
A state of chaos and disorder is upon us. Will you take up arms? Will you help us make our last stand? The time is now. Let us be heard as we sing our way into battle. Across the sea, our adventure unfurls. In search of redemption, we find each other. We dream of home, but never sleep. We find comfort in one another. In face of peril, we shall not flee. Because together we are stronger, much more than before. And feel the earth move, and hear the ground roar. So join us, my friend. Let us see this to the end, as dark as the night may be. It's time to light up the sky with fire. la macchina.
Noi siamo la macchina.
Nous sommes la machine.
We are the machine. Riot is a form of civil disorder. Somebody f***ing breaks something. Your end is close. We shall enslave your planet, deplete your resources, while crushing your resistance to the ground. But for now, it's time for drum and bass.
Hola, welcome, one and all. We've got week 1 of Champion League on deck. I'm Hell Monkey Man, and I am in the booth right now alongside Lynx G and J-Rod. Everyone, welcome in the chat. Welcome to you guys, and thank you so much for being with us today. It has been a stellar weekend of week 1 action in the Frontline gaming community for the Season 5 Champions Draft Series, and of course, we have non-stop action ready for you for the Champion League today. I have a 3-match set for you guys to witness. But J-Rod and Lynx G, how are you guys doing today, my mans?
Good.
I'm doing good.
Oh, good. You guys are enjoying your new computers. You just guys built those up, and it seems like everything's going well for you.
Yeah, it is.
We have a fantastic lineup for you guys. Tsunami versus Thunderbirds. It's going to be the Captain QC, Kami, and Ventrix, a very last second trade out, as J-Rod just made me aware. J-Rod being the GM, by the way, of the Tsunami. So loving seeing him around here. So as we line up against the Thunderbirds, you can tell that there's actually a last minute kind of issue with them as well. In the way of they're going to be utilizing a sub from their Vanguard team with just staying alive, but still have their first round pick of Bullseye. J-Rod, how you feeling about this?
I think that with the sub with the Vanguard, I think that's definitely going to hurt Thunderbirds. But I don't know. I still think that anyone could step up and play at a level that could compete with a Champ League team or Champ League players. So
I mean, and
I don't know.
Just Staying Alive's no slouch either.
No, he's not. No, he's not at all. Yeah, that's why I think it could be interesting. I'm excited. I like the 3 combo of Tsunami, so obviously I'm biased, but
Of course.
I guess we'll see.
Do you think that this will be in 3 because of Just Staying Alive? He actually just came off of having to do a little bit of stream with MLE. Maybe didn't get to play with them too much, but supporting his team, doing what he can. I think this could go to 4 at least, one way or another.
They might be able to pull a game. I think.
Yeah. Well, we're going to be able to find out here in just a second. And thank you guys so much for joining us. It's been a wild weekend of play-ins, the first week of RLCS, and of course, the first true weekend of FLG's CDS. And so hopefully we can get in there, get some work done, and get these guys ready to play. It is time for us to go down to the pitch. We're going down to the beach. And it's going to be the Tsunami versus the Thunderbirds. Corrupt and company. They actually didn't even know they had this game to play today, so they didn't even think about you, J-Rod.
Dang, that's alright. My feelings aren't hurt or anything, it's fine.
Underway, ready, set, go. Corrupt, taking an immediate shot. Ventrix, I haven't gotten to see him play too many different times. I remember him being a friend of both Banger Boy and Josh a little while back, so I want to see how well he has been able to improve in his game style. Bullseye, though, we've seen him quite a few times under different names. It could be Carson, it could be Jenga, but now it is Bullseye, living through multiple personalities, but still just as proficient as he's always been. Corrupt now, moving forward. He ran out of boost, had a wonderful shot opportunity. Right now, what are you seeing so far?
Well, one, that's Jenga.
Yes.
You've got to be kidding me. Regardless, I'm going to move on past that, pretend like I'm not hurt at all about not knowing that. But no, I'm Just Staying Alive is playing very well with the Thunderbirds. I think that he's playing very quickly. It's definitely a change based on Vanguard and Tsunami. It's definitely, Vanguard and Champ is definitely a big difference of speed.
Bullseye with a fake challenge. Kamikaze's going to be there. Kami having to come in late, and he's going to end up getting this score. Sneaks it by the back defensive linesman.
I think Bullseye just flipped a little early, and at that point, it's just unfortunate.
Just slightly too far ahead of himself. Tsunami will strike first. It's got to feel good for their GM in the booth with us, but they still have to get past a full set. These are all best of 5. We're in game number 1. We had a preseason that was best of 3. This one now, the real deal, real still. Missing just another one. The volley, 1, 2, 3, all go off the sidewall. Now it's QC by himself. Trying to get a little bit more pressure onto him. Corrupt going to get some damage, and that one will be slung aside. QC deleted, but a nice save, nice interception. Just Staying Alive is going to keep the play alive, turning this corner. QC again. Fantastic work by QC. He actually used to play alongside Corrupt on their own little team, and now having to play on opposite sides of the field from one another. Kind of know each other's play styles, but they're starting to get a lot more in their face in the way of the Thunderbirds.
Yeah, it's definitely nice seeing old teammates going up against each other. It's definitely, you know how they play, you know what to do, but it also creates the havoc of you might have played a little bit different to get past them. So.
Nice toss over to Bullseye. Bullseye is looking for Just Staying Alive, and he's trying to get ahead of the ball. Now maybe looking for a bump. He's going to rotate away from that midfield lane. QC right onto the noggin of Kazi. Reaching halftime. Game number 1. Corrupt can't get behind the ball. Ventrix looking for an open back net that's going to come off a post, and a good bump onto Just Staying Alive, but he does get in the way of that rotation from Kami. Going to try and rotate around the low side of this corner. And now Corrupt denying the forward touch. That's going to be your low bowler, Just Staying Alive, staying on that goal line. They do not flinch. Thunderbirds, they're going to make them work for it. The Tsunami still holding on to that 1-goal lead. Kami puts it way opposite side. QC still in that early rotation. He's going to try and come up and make a nice challenge against Just Staying Alive. One more, and Corrupt takes the corner. Open net, but no, Bullseye. So we got one. It was just off of a key mistake here. And again, these guys are just playing their first opening game, opening volley, and opening set for our set today. This one going to the post. What a nice finesse touch.
He always got fudged. I think a little less power than what he wanted. It was a great play setup, and it just unfortunately did not fall. Obviously, I am biased towards the Tsunami stuff.
QC to himself. A minute and a half remaining. They're going for bumps now. They're trying to make these off touches Kamikaze's looking at QC. He goes to the ceiling instead of a direct line takeaway. Ventrix pass to Kami. Kami, this is some good chemistry on either side. I like the passing of what I'm seeing. It's just about finishing. Ventrix all the way down to Corrupt, and he's going to not be able to grab that big boost. He's going to allow a good rotation back. That's a double commit, right? Just Staying Alive and Bullseye. If one or the other had been left aside, maybe we'd have a little bit more room or food for thought on offense. Tsunami. What's kept them just barely ahead right now against the Thunderbirds?
I think the one goal, the one mishap that Bullseye made, but I think it's just maybe a little bit quicker rotations, less doubles.
Yeah, they're definitely able. I mean, you gotta think it's kind of tough, even because they did have subbed out and not have Jack. But Kami is just as capable, and even with Just Staying Alive, they've been able to keep up. But it's maybe the very slight difference maker. Bullseye going straight up against Ventrix and a nice long clear. They can play for distance. They don't even have to score. They just have to keep the defense coming down. That's a calculated play, but a nice set and save. Corrupt. He's going to do a little bit of dribbling, but he does not get the flick off in time. Ventrix looking for one straight to the net, and he gets a dunk. Rolls right off the backboard, and that should do it for game one.
Yeah. I think that's all she wrote. 8 seconds, 2 goals. That's a tough one to come back from. Let you get a really nice pinch here.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get a very, very favorable kickoff. Pretty sure that's not happening. Oh, Just Staying Alive. Not a good flight path, but you know what? Still wasn't a bad game either way. Very balanced the whole way through. One mistake and then one sexy little play is all the difference right now as we start off this series hot. Tsunami. Rolling high, rolling strong, big wave out here.
Yes. Got it. Hashtag bigger wave, you know?
Hashtag bigger wave. All right, so, on the stat board alone, you got 11 shots to the likes of 4. Thunderbirds kind of kept a little bit quiet, which seems a little bit weird because I swore that I saw them all over the Tsunami's end. It just, I guess they would advance to like the upper third, that last third, and just never got any like true threats kind of working at their end, but just the abuse that the Tsunami could put back to the defense forced both Just Staying Alive and Bullseye to have to take up a more defensive posture. Considering Just Staying Alive performed as well as he did for the Thunderbirds, what are you looking for out of them in the next game for this series?
I think a little bit quicker rotations. I think they were a little slow on the back end, which definitely kept them pinned for a long period of time, which is why they had to make 7 saves on 11 shots. So maybe just, quicker breakouts, better hits out, anything to give yourself some space to work with the midfield, and then just try to win some 50s, and maybe some stuff will go your way.
We're heading into game number 2. I always say get out there and start bumping, start demoing, start doing the
get
things
physical. That works too.
Start doing the things that people hate,
Yeah. For sure.
Oh, this one will end up being safe. It was very precarious. Ventrix, early challenge. This will still come straight down. He's going for those dunks. He's going for those clips. Kamikaze trying to get there. They're abusing the backboard. Oh my goodness, the opening 15 seconds was just non-stop Tsunami trying to splash, put holes. Oh, QC with the takeaway. He's going to try and drop it over to Ventrix, and Ventrix just trying to spy. This will give the opportunity for the Thunderbirds to strike back. Bullseye dropping it low and Just Staying Alive, looking for the chaos. He maybe don't get there, but no. Kami. Dish it up to himself off his front bumper. Bullseye leaving it for Corrupt, and a nice takeaway by Ventrix. Bullseye. Oh, that's not good, and this is even worse. Ventrix, second goal of the match, and that's the lead in the opening minute.
I just don't think that was the touch he was looking for. I think that unfortunate double tap he had there, and Ventrix just made him pay, and then the rotation coming from the far post. It's difficult reading it coming down off that crossbar like that. And trying to get that clear.
It very much is. I see Jack in the chat. I get to see him. Oh, go away, thing. No one saw that. Yay, Windows updates, am I right? Ventrix, wait on QC. It's going to try and sling it over to the backboard again. This is going to come lateral, but it's going to be a nice clear by Bullseye. He gets it all the way past all 3, and they're still having to get it clear now from the front corner. Tsunami They have kept the Thunderbirds pretty quiet. They get all the way into their front half, and then they can't make much out of it. Ventrix looking for an easy one. He puts it sideways. Bullseye put just enough pressure on him to make him feel the heat.
Yeah, just an unfortunate touch there. Definitely had the opportunity to score, and it's unfortunate he just, sliced it into the corner.
Are you surprised at all about how well Just Ain't Alive has been able to kind of meld into this? We have a little, a few of those chemistry mistakes, but otherwise been performing really well.
He has been. I think the rotation is a lot faster than what he plays with, so I think that could be a lot of the issue. I think that maybe he's just not used to the speed. I think he's starting to adapt now. I'm seeing better speed out of him, but I mean, it's tough being called that fast to play.
Yeah.
Last second.
The fact that he could even kind of come out here, it's brave, trying to help out his franchise, help out a team. Corrupt, going for an immediate launch that challenge, not be able to make it, but Bullseye waiting on the opposite side post. QC to the ceiling, looking for something from it. Ends up just dropping it right back onto his old teammate's face. Corrupt, slinging it downfield. Haven't seen much from the Thunderbirds except long bomb clears. I want to see much more. QC opposite side. Ventrix looking to drop it. Maybe a double, and it will be. That's 3 up for Ventrix and 2 up for the Tsunami.
How did you get that angle?
It was beautiful.
I'm trying to figure it out. That's a great touch by Ventrix. Nice double.
That was
Good
incredible.
car control as well. To hold his car up like that to get the double, that was impressive.
Because he had already made the Super McTwist to be able to go towards the crossbar, and then he kept fluttering after that point. That was great. Oh, a nice bump away, but no heat on that shot. Corrupt, Bullseye running away, Just Ain't Alive, throwing it directly at a defender. There's 2 currently occupying the net, and Ventrix has been playing very, very well so far in this series. The crossbar. QC and Kamikaze. It's not like they've been quiet either. They have definitely been able to kind of make use of Ventrix. However, he gets stuck like Spider-Man on the inside of that post. Corrupt will set this one up from the opposite corner, and Bullseye puts it away.
Dang, that post, you hate to see it. He tried to drive up on the outside, and then it flipped his car to the inside of the net. At that point, you're just praying that you can jump off that post and make a save, which is very difficult to do.
That was tough, and you saw him like right inside there. Now this gives the Thunderbirds a chance. Less than 2 minutes remaining, game number 2. They definitely don't want to go down 2 in this series. Kami he pre-jumped all the way from the opposite side of the pitch. Now this one dropping low. QC, you can try and pressure him early. Will win it. That's a bowler. Bullseye, hitting that bullseye. It is nearly a minute and a half left. We're tied at 2.
It's a good trap, but Bullseye or Jenga or whatever he's going to change his name to next week. Yeah, that's a great read by him. It's a good defensive step. I don't think QC was prepared for him to be there.
It's a very dangerous thing to try and dribble in a straight line right down the middle out of your net. Like that one, I know that he was trying to get kind of possession on it. Got to make a faster move. We were already talking about pace of play. Corrupt going for a direct line shot. What a save by Ventrix. Leaving it for Just Ain't Alive. Bullseye going for another immediate challenge. Kamikaze dribbling, pinching. Will not get the floor touch, but will stick it around Just Ain't Alive. Corrupt, though, going to continue the play. Looking for 1. Goes with the fake instead. Bullseye, maybe 3. That's a hat trick. And the Thunderbirds are pushing back the wave.
That's a good play by Just Ain't Alive, staying on it, taking it out to his teammate, and Bullseye just has to slide it into the near post with the rotation not being where it was supposed to in the Tsunami.
He just gets right in there. Oh, and this may be able to be another insurance goal. But no, we have 60 seconds left on the clock. Bullseye, he's dropping it in. QC with a fast reaction to be able to put it off kilter. Bullseye, though, maybe doing one more. Set to Corrupt. He will not be there. So he's going to stay in the midfield and wait for this clear by Ventrix, who is going to use all of his tank to get it away. QC drop to Kamikaze, and they'll re-advance. Corrupt, the doink to his own half. And Ventrix re-establishing pressure. Bullseye to himself. And Kami has to barely get it to the backboard. Bullseye's not letting up. Like a bull in a china shop, he is just going at him. In midfield. Bullseye on down. What would you suggest your Tsunami do in this final waning seconds?
well, not keep the ball in the corner, step one. But I would just try to get the ball up, try to get some passes going. Don't triple commit. That's all right. It's okay.
Thunderbirds, they take away Game 3 on the mighty back of a wonderful Bullseye. It was a full team effort, though. We look at this. Oh, my goodness. 7 shots of the 10 for the Thunderbirds came from Bullseye. Ventrix did all he could. You can see kind of the two-man effort here. It's Ventrix versus Bullseye. It's still the support crew of QC and Kami, and Corrupt and Just Staying Alive on either side. But ultimately, the day, or the game, rather, came to a difference whenever Bullseye was able to cut through and utilize those passes much more efficiently from Corrupt and Just Staying Alive.
Yes, absolutely. Definitely Bullseye had a great game that game. And I think that Tsunami just needs to, press that soft reset button. You don't need a hard reset yet. It's not, the end of the line here. You just gotta, pretend like the game's over. Now it's best of 3, and kind of just take it one step at a time and come into the next game.
I believe that. I mean, this is a pretty balanced group. Honestly, even in Game 1 when it was 2-0, the bare difference came just by way of a nice finesse play and a little bit of a mistake. But we're going into game number 3, and like you said, it is now a best of 3. You got to win 2 one way or another between these two groups. We're going in. We're going to see how these guys can fare. Winner of this one will have match point advantage. We're going to continue to see Ventrix pressing the attack, but I want to see more of QC and Kami because they have fantastic support plays. They've not been able to put really the final dagger into the net.
Yes.
Now from the opposite side lane, Ventrix going to go for a hard cut, and we'll go wide. So no real need to defend too hard. QC going for a bump. He gets a demo as well, Just Staying Alive. He gets completely demolished, and a nice clear, or actually a soft clear, ends up dishing it right back to Tsunami, and again, they have the lead to start.
Yeah, that makes it really easy for Kami. If he misses that, ooh, nice shots would go up flying in the chat.
Ooh.
But no, that's a good, what a save too. It was a good demo though by QC realizing that was the last guy back and the only threat to them scoring, well, to them getting saved.
Now, off touches here, those demos, those bumps, those will prove to be an X factor. Oh, communication lost. That one should have been in. Ventrix trying to make this wide angle plays. A pass, it's a little bit too direct, and Corrupt had to put it right back where it came from. He's gonna rotate behind the ball and try and get some space to it, but now a double miss from both these players. Bullseye. He's gonna get that low side boost, which is gonna open up space for Ventrix. Oh no! Just Staying Alive thought he had a goalie, so Ventrix is gonna say, nope, no you don't.
Oh yeah, he thought someone was back in rotation. Yeah, that's a great quick play though by Ventrix, not giving Just Staying Alive any chance to recover after the miscue there.
That's rough. And you can tell because he gave that little wiggle thinking, oh yeah, we're fine. And he looks back, and then his eyes go wide with fear and realization like, oh no, there's no one there. Oh, that's a pass to the backboard. What a drop down kamikaze. Immediately getting up. Corrupt and Bullseye combining together. They need to get out of each other's way right now. I think there's a little bit of confusion. That's a high pop and a delay to get it out of your own half. You gotta get that speed working again because it's working against them right now to not make these touches when they need to. Ooh. Good off touch. Just Staying Alive is gonna try and keep this on the forward half of the Tsunami. Leaving it now for Bullseye. Ventrix gets the ball and the demo and can't get the angle, but Ventrix will come in, clean it up, and continues to be a massive weapon for the Tsunami.
Ventrix even got that double as well, and QC looks like he might have either A, ghost touched it, or B, just didn't touch it at all, and Ventrix with a great shot placement to put that in the top right where no one can get back to make that save.
So what are you thinking about this group so far for your Tsunami? Because Ventrix seems like obviously QC and oh, he couldn't get behind it. Ventrix getting one right off the kickoff, but Ventrix is getting these goals. He's getting this offense going, and QC and Kami they're playing as great support men and just holding things down from behind.
Yeah. Well, Ventrix was Jared G back in Season 2, and they played together with the Ninjas.
Oh.
Ventrix is Jared. He played, I was on that team as well back in Season 2 with the Ninjas.
Wow, that's been a while. point.
It's been a long time.
It's been a minute. Trying to get this set up. It's been 4-goal run now on opposite side. Turning it. Bullseye can't get it past, but they will double it out. Bullseye has enough boost to make a play. He's going for the flip reset. Gets one, but it's a little bit too slow. Kamikaze, QC. Their passes and their demos are really the difference makers here. Just Staying Alive going for a direct line. Trusting that pass forthcoming. Oh, this one will go wide. Going for the beamer. Bullseye against QC, and he will get the clear instead. 4-0. The Tsunami finding the difference makers and making sense of these mistakes that the Thunderbirds are utilizing to really put themselves in a hole. Oh my. You can feel a little bit of chippiness, realizing they got to break up the flow of Tsunami here. Thunderbirds. Who's the man with the plan that you want to see start to stand out? Because obviously Bullseye is doing what he can, but it seems that him and Corrupt kind of just been getting in each other's way just like that.
Yeah, I think Corrupt needs to step up and support his team. You can ask Just Staying Alive to do the same thing, but it's difficult, like adjusting to the gameplay like we've been talking about. But I think that Corrupt has the ability to step up and really support Bullseye, but I think that he's just been kind of, like you said, getting in his way instead of supporting him.
I will tell you that, I mean, it's surprising to say the least considering the team, but yeah, Corrupt has been one of the less efficient players. I say that, and oh my goodness, he was almost able to put one away. What a passing play that was. Just Staying Alive has been doing fantastic. Now from the back wall, 1 minute and 3 remaining. Getting 50, it will go opposite the shield. Now over to Bullseye. They advance it downfield. He immediately jumps. What a pop-up. Corrupt. Oh, trying to dunk from the outside wall. I want to see more of this from the Thunderbirds because they've been able to pull off some fantastic passes. Ventrix with a save. And honestly, the Tsunami just playing lockdown. Another save from Ventrix. He is just throwing himself everywhere, and nothing goes through.
Yeah, nothing is going through. It's incredible. It's a great defense by Tsunami there.
Kamikaze, Just Staying Alive. One bit of solace they have going into game 4. So they still have a chance. And their passing has been on point. They just have to break through this bigger wave. No touch. That's pretty much all she wrote. The fat lady is not singing yet. But boy, is she warming up. The Thunderbirds, they need to find a way to get her to shut up so they can get to game 5.
Yeah. I think that the rotations were definitely a lot of double commits. I don't think there was a lot of good, solid one-man rotations with one supporting. So I think that they just need to figure that all out, and it should get all squared away at that point.
QC, I mean, this is just unreal. I completely misjudged who would be the higher shooter here, really the person that's putting all the points on the board for the Tsunami. Ventrix just on pop-off. 75% from the field, 3 out of 4. He has 66% of the shots just from this game, even on both sides in terms of shots, but obviously you can tell that Bullseye and company, they just can't get through. I mean, it's not like all of their shots are pretty standard either, because they're coming at them in every single attacking pattern possible, and just, I don't know what's going down for these. And of course, for those of you that don't know, we got Lynx G in the chat, and he is keeping live stats with us. Is there anything that you've been able to collect so far, my man?
I mean, nothing you guys haven't observed on the field.
You should get off the blue team. Get off the blue team, Schleich. Get off the blue team.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's all right.
I don't think it didn't mess up it didn't mess up the face-off, but they were even, so it didn't matter.
It was close.
It almost was bad.
But yeah, nothing that I mean, besides me jumping in there, nothing on the stat sheet that you guys haven't seen. Just Ventrix playing very, very well, and Kami and them supporting him, along with Bullseye and Corrupt just trying to hang in there.
Now, this is the first match for both these teams to start off the season, correct?
Nope.
Tsunami just played, as far as I was concerned. They're offline just before this.
Okay, so
Which I've not been.
Were they able to win?
I believe.
Yes, they won 3-1.
Oh, they defeated, I believe, the Spartans.
Yes.
All right, so this is currently a 1-0 Tsunami group, feeling their oats and feeling good. This is actually the first match, though, for the Thunderbirds, so a lot to prove. This ball coming straight down, and Corrupt trying to field it, just goes outside the post face, and now Just Staying Alive. Oh, he's streaking, trying to get right in that crease between defenders. What a heads-up play by Kamikaze to go for the bump on the rotation there, and really just taking away what could have been another offensive play. Ventrix, oh, the one he can't grab, and Just Staying Alive is able to get Thunderbirds a lead.
Just Staying Alive did smack this off the corner of his car. He hit that very, very well. He gave that one a run.
We've seen Ventrix be able to save some crazy things, but yeah, when you have a hard line shot like that, it's kind of nigh impossible unless you have like Olympian style reaction time. Corrupt to the sidewall. That's going to leave Bullseye rotating away. Just Staying Alive. No slouch here. He's looking for a bump, possibly get rid of Kamikaze. Bullseye to the corner. Burn everything in his boost. Oh, but Ventrix. Ventrix is the kind of guy that does not blink when it comes to playing defense. He is not shying away from the challenge of saving every one of these. Now, all the way to the back line again. Bullseye to the corner. He's going to be looking at that big boost. And he's going to go for it. He's going to dribble right out of here. 1v2, but he can't get past the second one. Ventrix with epic level defense and amazing styling offense. And he is going to be a one-man team right now.
Beats Just Staying Alive in the corner and gets the 50. Corrupt actually makes the save there, was pulling it off the line, and Ventrix got the touch as he followed up his shot.
Good old Ventrix. It's 1-1 now in game 4, and this is match point for the Thunderbirds, or the Tsunami rather, and Thunderbirds know it, and they're coming in flying hot, heavy, and they get the lead back off of a fantastic, wonderful passing play.
That's nice. 1, 2, 3. Just Staying Alive got the bounce off the corner. Corrupt with the nice touch of the back wall. Bullseye's not going to miss that empty read. Not a chance.
I mean, that was a hard rotation to come back to on defense. Ventrix, high 45. Kamikaze will not be able to get there before Just Staying Alive. And just got to talk about how fantastic. I mean, I've already been giving them praise every step of the way, but to go from your Vanguard team and do what they were able to do yesterday, and now be able to do the same thing here with your champion team in your franchise, and just showing off and showing out. Got to be looking for Just Staying Alive at those upper levels coming soon. But Bullseye is going to get 50 to this corner. QC looking for more. Corrupt. Oh, is able to backflip and get rid of that ball. Usually when I backflip, it goes straight in my own net. So, I'm not saying he's me. I'm saying that was awesome. All the way downfield. Just Staying Alive. Puts it to the opposite side of the post. Bullseye gets underneath, and Kami cannot react. Still is able to put a lob shot up, and QC waiting for the midfield line. They're down by 1. Tsunami would love to put this game away. This is definitely a hard-fought game number 4 by the Thunderbirds, and they're not letting up.
No, they're not. They're putting a good fight up against the Tsunami right now.
Just Staying Alive. Low side corner. He's going to leave it for Bullseye, and Bullseye, he's a magician. I call Dino not a magician sometimes, but Bullseye does things I can't even imagine. Creates entire other realities based on his will, but Ventrix will have his team get downfield. 1 minute and 6 remaining, and he is just putting everything he can in for the Tsunami.
What an absolute snipe into the top right. That was a beautiful read by Ventrix to put the shot on.
He just got right in there. No one was going to stop that. No one at all. Oh, that's a double commit. Corrupt will actually make the connection, though. This is game point. This is basically silver gold territory. Ventrix with a rare turn away. And Corrupt is going to get there first. Bullseye gets deleted, which does delete the offensive pressure that was forthcoming. Set to the high backboard. Kamikaze waiting for the midfield line. Ventrix looking for points. Oh, and they finesse him. Bullseye, it's a foot race. If he can get to the outside of it, maybe. Kamikaze gets faked. Bullseye over to Corrupt, and they can't get behind it. Now as a countermeasure, QC looking for the hard cut. He fakes some. Bullseye will not be tricked. Now another counterplay. These responses are fast. Bullseye to Corrupt, and it will be challenged. Kami against Just Staying Alive. Very precarious, awkward situation. Ventrix is going to stay back. QC with a fast rotation. Ventrix is deleted now from the midfield, which is going to open up an opportunity for the Thunderbirds. Corrupt behind it, but now a clear as he respawns. We're looking for overtime, and it will still be up to the backboard. Ventrix not getting there. Overtime. We might have a kickoff goal. Who knows?
I thought that ball hit the ground at 0, but I guess it hit the rounded part of the wall and rolled right up. I was kind of shocked by that one. I thought we were just going to OT before that last play.
Yeah, I don't know what counts anymore. Floor or sand or net, whatever it's supposed to be. Oh my. Kamikaze now just gone. That's an open net, and Ventrix was going to have to leave it for Kami. Working the low side corner. Nice little hopper. Ventrix going into the back wall. Just Staying Alive. That's a dish, and that one will be the win. Tsunami on the mighty back of Ventrix will be able to take this series.
He just missed it off the back wall, and it's just unfortunate. Good try by Corrupt to try to make that save, but overall, Tsunami with a great showing. Ventrix coming out and being the striker for these two after he actually didn't play in the first series. So,
oh, so close, yet so far. He got caught on his forward post, and a little dodge roll puts it to the opposite end, and that will be it for the Thunderbirds. Tsunami starting off strong, 2-0 in Champ League. J-Rod, how's that feel?
They're following the Vanguard footsteps. Woo! God, what if we have the same record at the end of the season? Thoughts?
I mean, do you think? I mean, that was
hashtag bigger wave. We're all together.
hashtag small, medium.
If we win some, we lose some. So if they lose, we have to throw.
Hey.
Period. That's how it's done.
I guess so.
I guess I made the calls right there.
Well, you know, I expected somewhere around this. Game 4 definitely did happen, and got to give props to Just Staying Alive being able to step up, and the Thunderbirds. I'm hoping that their rosters can be put together. I know that some blame can go to not just knowing your schedule, but just like a little bit of miscommunication. So hopefully they fix things going forward. They have another match set up for them later this evening off stream. So good luck to them as well. But right now, Tsunami, enjoy your. Don't rest on your laurels for too long, but definitely enjoy it because you have defeated both of your cross-division rivals. Next week they'll be all in division, so let's see what they can do from there. Up next, we're gonna have the Casuals and the Mob. We're a little bit ahead of schedule, so it's gonna be a little bit of a wait. But please don't go anywhere. This is the FLG Season 5 Champions Draft Series. We'll be back in just a few minutes to talk your ear off and be pretty cool. But you guys, otherwise, we'll be right back.
Tell me somebody how long he will be on my mind.
Monkey.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Hail Monkey Man, and I am a ghost. I'm kidding. I'm just right here. Haha. So, welcome back, everyone. We are getting set for our second match of the day. It's going to be between the Mob and the Casuals, and I believe I just have Lynx G in the chat with me. How are you doing right now, man?
I'm doing good. Just finishing up the stats from last series.
Okay. So how are they looking? Who? I mean, obviously Ventrix kind of popped like everything off, like literally everything. How's his MVP while working?
Ventrix is 5.61 after that series. He had a really good series.
So
I was shown on stream.
Comparatively to the Mob Vanguard team, does that put him well ahead and above most of them? I mean, it's Champ League, so it's a little bit different, but I don't know.
Yeah, versus, I mean, that's right around where the Mob team actually is in Vanguard.
Okay.
Yes.
Man, they were doing nasty things yesterday, but fantastic group out of the Tsunami right now. But hey, you know what? We're moving on. We're gonna be moving into Neo Tokyo. So we like to make up, or I mean, I like to make up storylines for a lot of these different groups as we kind of go between the different fields. And so since they came out with the I think it's the Hidden Temple or whatever it is for the new one for the Chinese New Year, we've decided that the ninjas vacated Neo Tokyo and gave space for the Mob and the Casuals to try and take over the big city, and so now they're in like a fun, like, I don't know, fight against one another for it. So this makes perfect sense that this is the opening melee that's going to be going down. We've got Nebula, Eddie, and Seeb for the Casuals, which I happen to be the GM of. And then we have Mob, which is going to be headed by Nate, Banger Boy, and Venue. Now, Venue, this is his, I believe, first season with the FLG, but Nate and Banger Boy are very, very well aware of how to play here. Nate has played in at least about 3 seasons with us, and Banger Boy just won an undefeated season in the the Vanguard League last time around. Very good player. J-Rod, you're looking at both these groups. The Casuals, I actually just got some news that they got rocked by Andy and the Knights. I say that just as it is, but they may at least be a little bit warmed up going into this matchup.
I think that, okay, Mob and Casuals. All right, hold on. Let me reset real quick because of the conversations I was just having. All right, so the Mob look really good. I think that the Nate and PJ, well, Banger Boy, my bad. But I think they'll play very well together, and I think Venue's a good third. And then you've got Texas. They're all from Texas A&M, right? Or they're all friends?
Yeah, I'm pretty darn sure they're all on the same CRL team. So I think that's all Texas A&M, unless it's Tennessee A&M or whatever state starts with a T A&M. Some kind.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's Texas A&M. That would sound right. But no, I think the chemistry's there. So I guess we'll just see how it plays, and I guess I don't know, take it one game at a time.
Well, we're getting ready to get down to the field, of course. I know the difference between China and Japan, guys. Ninja still went and took over the Hidden Temple. It's just when it was released. Doesn't matter. Whatever. You guys know the drill. It's the Casuals. It's the Mob. It's a battle of business and the Mafia. We're going to get to see if both of these teams stand up and get their first win. I don't know if the Mob have actually played their other series as of yet. I'll have to look into that here forthcoming, but I know that the Casuals, they've been kind of, really carrying the Casuals legacy, which improved from season 4, or season 3 and 4. But so far it's been a little bit tough, but there's a lot of chemistry between these guys, and they're looking to improve massively going into this first series. Venue, good bump. Oh, nearly takes it all himself. Nebula and Eddie have to account for each other as they go off the post and get that clear. Eddie just banking away the defender, and Venue, I can't wait to see exactly between all these guys who's going to be really putting on the majority of the offense forward, because for the Mob, Banger Boy is used to kind of getting in there and making people look silly, but Nate is no slouch at all.
No, Nate is no slouch at all. He's a great player, and I think that's going to be the dynamic duo we're going to be looking at today, but these are all predictions. I have absolutely no idea.
This one going to the opposite side post. Eddie, I've been able to see on a few different streams from Nebula as they kind of put their games out there. He's a fantastic striker, so I want to see if that's going to continue. Nebula was on a very, very proficient Vanguard team with the Ninjas last season, so he's made the upgrade over into Champion League. Oh, trying to get one more to the back line. Nebula turning it around, not able to get a an extra touch for that pass, and Nate trying to dribble out. Venue to the corner. So far, opening couple of minutes, Casuals put on the majority of pressure, and really this one should be open net and be able to put it away, but that one just lofted aside. Oh, but another one forthcoming, and now that's a double commit on the side of the Casuals. One more, but no. It will be Sieb who gets back in time.
It was a great recovery by Sieb to get there and make that stop. And it looks like the Casuals, their communication and their rotations are really, really good right now. So I think that's going to prove very good for them moving forward.
In terms of how, if I remember historically how most of these players are, and what a save by Eddie. Nate and Banger Boy, and I don't know much about Venue, but I know for those two, there is a lot of ball chasing going down. But you know what? That midfield pass just knocks all that aside as Nebula put this halfway. Banger Boy straight to Nate, and 1-2 splash.
85 miles an hour. That thing was rocked from the midfield line to the net. That was an absolute just laser. It was pretty sweet.
That ball didn't touch the ground, not once. Just cling, clang, bomb. It's gone. Eddie looking for a feed over to Nebula. He was actually looking for a midline shot, but wasn't able to turn around in time. Sieb or Seb, whichever one it's going to be. Advancing forward, and the Casuals now down one. They held the majority of pressure for this game. Oh, doubling up. No one ever, or not making connection for right now. Good turnaround. Banger Boy with a fantastic challenge, but again, we're looking at an open net situation. Won't be able to get there in time. Casuals got to clean up their rotations because they're just leaving these big open holes in the back of their defense.
Yeah, the demo by Banger Boy, I think, was what opened it up, but at the same point, you're right. There's got to be better rotations, especially in the backside of the field where, you know, they're scoring on your own net, but, you know, I guess that's their call, but they'll figure it out.
Ooh. Nice opening turn. Looking for a pass. Oh, Eddie! He didn't go for it, and that one was a miss out of the defense for the Mob. One more touch. Seb's able to knock it aside. Venue looking for a straight line. Shot. Oh, it goes off the front face of that opposite corner. 90-degree angle. Will not produce a goal. So now the Mob looking to try and get another clear, but Venue takes himself right out of the play. Seb, midfield touch. No. Coming back to the paint. Yes. Eddie has no boost left to burn. The Casuals are getting downfield. They're just not able to finish out these plays. Down from the corner. Nebula and Eddie. You're going to leave Seb in a precarious situation. Banger Boy, he has not let up. He was doing fantastic in the Vanguard League last season. Honestly, I think he was probably ready to make this jump a little bit sooner, but a little bit of extra time and practice let him kind of get to this level, and he's doing quite well.
He is doing very well. He's a great player, and I'm shocked that he's not as much of an impact as what I thought he would be. Like as of right now, at this moment.
I mean, I think he's always been known for kind of playing his part of like doing these midfield passes. I've seen that for a good long time. He's one of the long-time OGs for the FLG, and the entirety of that is doing exactly what he's doing now. He's making the opposite team make mistakes, get around them, delay them, then pass directly to his teammates, and that is a same team bump. Nate getting the pass or the demo, that's going to clear the back line. Banger gets his own goal. I mean, dude, Mob's just all over the Casuals right now.
That's a great demo, and at that point, that ball's going in the net. Even if Banger misses it, Venue's there. That ball's going in. 3-0. That's about all she wrote on the game one.
If you're going to get all your mistakes out, get them all out at the same time. Nate going to try and do one more back pass, but you know, Eddie's just going to shut it down. And the Mob take game one with authority on their side. They're trying to flex out here. They're trying to take over Neo Tokyo, but Nate, it was a whole team thing. I will say that I'm a little wanting of Venue, but otherwise Banger Boy and Nate have a great chemistry to go against Eddie, Nebula, and his name is Dan Gleesack, which is hilarious, but Seb was a little bit quiet as well. they just didn't really finish off any of their shots. They kind of got all the way down to the opposite end of the pitch and just nothing finish off.
Yeah, no, I think they were just missing some opportunities, and I think that caused a lot of problems. But I think the mob came out and showed why they're this good, and I think that they'll play very well for the next game, at least the next one. I have no idea how many games it'll go to.
Do you think Venue will be able to kind of gel a little bit better going into this next follow-up with Banger Boy and Nate? Because it seems that it's kind of a two-man show. I'm not saying that Venue didn't participate. He definitely had the clears, but it seemed mostly to be those two.
Yeah, I think that first game jitters, I think maybe the Venue just was a little out of it. And I think that after seeing the rotation between Banger Boy and Nate, I think he'll be able to find a place in that rotation, and he'll provide great, benefits for those two. So it should turn out to be a great success for them.
Nebula. I want to see a little bit of good leadership from their captain. They play early and often, being on that CRL team together. I'll let him kind of make this draft along those lines. And so we're hoping that it doesn't turn into a tsunami-style chemistry from earlier seasons.
Yes, no one wants that except me.
No one ever wants that. No one.
Except me for some reason.
I mean, it's working out this season. I don't know why.
It is.
It's a great thing.
The PC will prove more benefits.
Ooh, going for another one. That was such a drop down, and this is what I'm talking about. Banger Boy puts the most interesting and creative passes directly to you, and if they're going to get Venue involved, they're going to get more of those, because, I remember playing against him a couple times or playing with him a few times, and he gave me passes I just didn't know I was supposed to even get. And so he kind of holds your hand if he has to.
Yeah, he's going to give you the ball whether you like it or not.
He's going to make you play this dang game.
Yeah, you don't just get to get carried here. You have to support the team.
Yeah. If you're not supporting the meme, you're not supporting the team. Nate trying to challenge even more against Eddie. Right now, the casuals look really, really darn slow. I think they're kind of out of boost, out of rotation lanes. Oh, that one. I don't know if I agree with that one. He gets right across Eddie's face and has no boost. Locked down are the casuals. Seb finally gets a nice high pitch to himself, forcing Nate on that rotation to his low side corner. Nate just waiting on it on the back end of the ball. That comes off the ceiling. Nebula already flying forward. Now it's in a 2v1 situation. Eddie trying to intercept as Venue slings it to the backboard. This one dropping. Could be a third touch. It will be, but it goes just a little too wide. Banger Boy wanted to put it more towards the middle, and the casuals survive yet another awkward situation. They've just been shoved back into their net. Heels have been touching the goal line for all of the previous 2 minutes. They really have been able to rotate forward.
Yeah, it's the pace of play by the mob. I don't think that the casuals are ready for this fast of play right now. I think that they look a little lethargic in the back line, and they're not getting out of their zone. Ooh, good inner pass play right there.
Yeah, that was a nice one, but Nate was able to have great vision. Always got a nice touch. Setting it up for Banger. Banger wants to chase this the whole way down. He will take the boost. Venue not able to do too much more. It's kind of like a couple of ball chasers that are passing to one another, and then they just make this happen. It's Nate, it's Banger Boy, and it's the mob on top.
Yeah, that's a great shot. It's a good bump by Nate there. Yeah, and then tucked it top right. No chance of Eddie making that stop. And that's kind of what we've been seeing between Nate and Banger. It's been some good plays, good passing plays between the two.
Venue. He's looking to get involved, maybe get a ceiling touch going here, and I just want to see him speed up, He's kind of having to deal with Nate and Banger, which is really tough to do because their creativity is awesome, but it also can just be very vexing because you have to somehow figure out, all right, what are they doing? Somehow they're hive-minding with each other, and they know what they're doing, but that's a very difficult situation to put yourself into. But for right now, it's working out. These two taking on the likes of three. Eddie's going for a dunk. He's going to try and make it to the backboard. It will be Nebula and the Casuals. They finally get a score on the board, and we're tied at a minute and a half.
See, there's the double commit there. Venue just can't get up in time, and Nebula's already flying for it. I think that's what you were talking about. It can be very confusing to play. That's what happened right there. So you just need a couple more mistakes like that, and the Casuals are right back in it.
always just one step away. Oh, that's a nice little pop. He's just got to get there. Seb can't catch up in time. He will still the back corner boost, and this is exactly what they have to do. Venue with a shot that will go wide. It was very speedy, anywhere on target, and that could have been lethal. Eddie to himself, and that's going to go right in the waiting hands of Venue, but it will be a 150. Nate overcommitted on the touch. That one being brought back by Banger Boy. Banger Boy trying to disrupt the rotation forward, which he will. Nate slinging it back. And if anything, the mob continue to use mob mentality to roll back the casuals and force them to struggle to escape their own half. Banger Boy, 1, 2, 3, and again, all guns up as the mob take the lead once more.
See, Venue saw the pass to Nate, and then Nate knew exactly where Banger was, like all game long, and Banger puts it into the bottom right, using the post to give that nice generous bounce that typically does not happen. So, gotta thank the post gods for that one, or the RL, the physics gods. I don't know who you want to thank.
A bit of a pre-jump. He thought it was coming straight to him. This is just the vision they've got to make this work. Nate knew to not take a direct line shot and instead force the commit, and he just gives it to Venue, and Venue now has gotten really involved.
Yeah, he is, and Venue slid it through the tiniest gap. I mean, behind Nate and in front of the goalie. Oh my.
No.
Oh no.
That's
I saw it
great.
coming. Oh.
Look at this bump. It was 1-1 all of about, I don't know, a minute ago, and just Eddie getting thrown backwards into the net. That is suffering right there. Oh,
That's really
boy.
good communication, though. I'm sure he said going for bump. He took his time, waited for the bump, and then took the shot. That's a great play, but you got to feel for the casuals.
Yeah, they were in this. They were in this for a good long time, but it does not take long for the mob or any of these really, really stout players to make a great play. Venue. He's going to try and just 50 it. We'll end up getting behind it, but it does not go his favor. Seb off the 45, trying to set up Eddie. Eddie takes a direct line, but it will go wide. With the timer counting down, the casuals, they have a lot of work to do, a lot of calculations to make, because right now, nothing is working pen to paper, and the mob have a 2-0 lead in this series.
Yeah, not much happened. The only thing that happened, though, is Mob got a little stronger. I think that Venue started to click a little bit more with the team. So, I don't know. Unless the casuals magically start flying around, I don't know. I think we're going to see that dreaded sweep.
So, what kept them in it that whole time until they just had a 3-0 just immediate run? Like, what was the difference between those few seconds and what they had those previous, 3.5 minutes?
I think the mob were chasing a lot. I don't think there was a lot of rotation. There wasn't a lot of comms. And then you started to see the passes come out, and you started to see the bumps, and you started to see plays come out. And I think that was the key to their success. I think there was a lot of just solo plays trying to happen. And I think that might have been what kept the casuals in it. Although the casuals were playing fast, and they were making some good plays as well, some good pass plays. So I think that they need to rely on their passing plays and work on that. I think that would be their key to success here.
I mean, they were able to get right in there. They were hitting that midfield line. It was pretty darn even, I would say, both in the shooting line as well as the score. And then all of a sudden it was like, all right, we're gonna start bumping. We're gonna start doing these off kilter style passes, and we're just going to just get in your face, just create discomfort for the casuals. This is an uncomfortable situation to be in. The only way to win this series now is with a reverse sweep. We've seen it before, but we've also seen another mob group produce a sweep. Will it be a second sweep for the season and a second one for the mob franchise? Eddie gonna chuck this one all the way downfield. A demo happening, looking for another bump, trying to disrupt these rotations. Venue getting challenged, and now the casuals I think they're realizing they gotta play fast. They're having to play dirty. Nate with a very, very weak clear, but Banger Boy's gonna make the most of it. He is doing just that. Another one coming. Oh, but the back line getting demoed, and another one gone. Man, they're taking every single lick to the casuals, but the casuals still putting on the majority of pressure here in the opening seconds of game number 3. Ooh.
Almost an OG.
Almost. Nate putting it backwards, trying to give it to himself. I don't know how you give Nate that much time for him to sling it to the high corner of his own half. He comes back to it and then still gets the clear off of 2 touches.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh my goodness, and he's looking for bumps. He never stops playing. I mean, obviously this is a game where you just continuous, but like he either is going for a bump, going for a score, going for a dunk, going for something. Just like, how does he have this much boost?
A lot of boost stealing. A lot of boost stealing is going on for Nate. Those corners have been his for 90% of the game so far. Even over his own teammate.
Yeah, he doesn't even care.
No, he doesn't.
He gets bumped backwards, so he will not have possession. Forthcoming is still locked at 0-0, but we've seen that before. A win. Trying to go for a back pass. Seb gets all of 1 touch. It should be an open one, and it will be. The Casuals will respond and have their first lead of the game.
It's a nice give and go right there, and there's the plays I was talking about. That's a beautiful shot by Nebula right over the goalie, and Venue just did not realize to get back in time, which allowed that net to be open for that shot.
If they're going to find any kind of weakness when it comes to the mob right now, they have to utilize Venue. Venue, he is doing well, but he is the very slight crux that they can really opportunistically take advantage of between Banger Boy and Nate. Now, Seb. Nice high pop. Banger Boy already went for the touch. It's going to be Nebula. He's trying to dribble it. That's a great one, but the pass goes awry to the corner. Nate well behind it. Oh, they are letting him just play. Takeaways. One of the other things that's going wrong for the Casuals, they are taking away each other's passing opportunities. Very unfortunate. And Eddie and Seb are just cutting each other off. It's a little frustrating because they have plenty of ball possession. They just need to give it to each other.
Yes. Yeah. I think
Do you agree?
I do agree. yes. 100%.
Okay.
I do agree.
Yes. I like
yes.
it. Oh boy.
Oh, very close. Very close by Eddie there getting the flick. He just missed his angle.
Banger Boy, he sees Venue beneath him. He's going to try and drop it down. Venue already pre-jumping, and this is going to go all the way back. Nate dodging the own goal. Eddie with the drop in. Oh, he will get another one. Lands on top of it, and the Casuals will go up by 2 with less than 2 remaining. Nate put himself in an odd situation because he had to rotate back, getting caught out, and he pre-jumped thinking the dunk was coming. And Eddie, very, very beneficially, was able to land on it.
I don't think Nate's used to playing that defensive role. I think that he honestly was very confused.
Oh.
Didn't know what to do. That was a great play by the Casuals, though, to get that double tap by Eddie. Getting the flip reset as well to get the flip into the ball so he'd get that second touch.
Opportunities are there. You just have to be able to, get there. Eddie, the setup. And see, this is an issue because that's going to be a goal. And this has happened time and time again. The Casuals, they start to get confident. They move upfield, and everyone's upfield.
Yeah, Nebula was the third guy there, and he was so deep. He was almost by the goal box of the mob. It was almost in like the 18 box. If
you can't do that.
Yeah, you can't do that. You're third guy. You got to be by that midline.
Now going to the backboard, maybe trying for one more double. This one get tossed aside. Less than a minute and a half remaining. The mob looking for a sweep, looking to finish off this series just like the younger brothers did in the Vanguard League. But the Casuals not wanting to let this go quietly into this good night. Nebula, that's bending off the corner. They're giving the mob way too much space to work. They're coming right back. We're tied at 2.
You gotta love those post physics, right? You gotta love them. Right off the outside of the post, but you know what? It's gonna go in. Makes perfect sense.
I bet it would make more sense if it just looked rounder. Like it just doesn't look as round as it apparently is supposed to be. Like
exactly. I would love to see what the post is supposed to look like.
Right now, it looks like it's a hard corner, right? Like
it does. That's why I'm always confused all the time.
Oh baby!
My.
No one has to touch it. Did he bump him out of the way? I want to see this. It was a long bomb the whole way down. Nate gets tagged by Eddie, and that clears him up and lets his teammate score.
We talked about the mob being physical, and the Cavs were like, wait, no, hold on. We can do that too.
Oh, this one's set up for Nate. He's going for the dunk, and in one good turn deserves another. 3-3 now. Less than a minute remaining.
Nebula can only do so much to make that save, and Eddie's just a little slow to that. Nate's not going to miss that empty dunk. He's not going to do it.
Oh my goodness. We're going to need some theatrics out of the casuals right now. This one, dangerous. This one, too soon for the casuals to be able to make these mistakes as Banger Boy now finally gets a lead for the Mob in Game 3. They want to finish out this sweep.
Oh my, that's just an unfortunate bounce on the face-off. A little slow to it, creates that pinch. Nate wins it beautifully to Banger Boy, and that just took a great bounce for him into the middle.
Eddie and the casuals, they have 35 seconds remaining. He's going to end up flipping away, and Nebula went immediately up. Oh, this is just a give to the backboard. Nate with the shot. They still haven't finished it, but will do so now. That's a 2-goal spree right in front of the casuals. That's 3 goals in a row, actually. They're already shouting GG's at him. No way. 25 seconds left, and now that's toxic.
Yeah, you don't like to see it. I mean, I get it. You won. Just wait. just wait.
They're not the type to wait. This is Nate and Banger Boy we're talking about. But this one dropping in. Nebula, he has a setup. 13 seconds left. We've seen crazier things, but we have to see a whole lot more right now. Seb with the no touch, and that one's pretty much going to write everything off. The casuals, they kept up for as long as they could, but ultimately the Bandits will take this series. Another hard sweep, a hard loss for the casuals, but congratulations 3-0 to the Mob.
Yeah, the Mob played a great series. I think Venue Venue wanted to do a little bit more, but I think that Banger Boy and Nate, the dynamic duo, I mean, you don't need much else at that point. You just need a good third rotation.
You just need a good supporting cast and enough to really get you through. What a nice little series to kind of jump off of. All right, so looking at that group, you had your Tsunami just before, J-Rod. A wonderful, wonderful win by them. Was the Mob everything that the Tsunami could handle, or do you think that your Tsunami will be able to kind of knock these guys down? 3-0 sweeps are really hard to kind of judge. Because
I don't think it would be a 3-0 sweep. I don't know. I think it'd be a good series. I'm not saying I have absolutely no idea.
Not keeping up with your champ team too much?
No, it's not that I'm not keeping up. I'm just dealing with a lot of stuff with them at the moment. But regardless,
okay.
I think that I don't know. I think it'd be a good series. I'm just going to put it at that. I think it'd be a good series.
Nice. And thank you guys, by the way, so much. We've had so many of you that have followed and been able to get alongside us when it comes to subscribing. You guys have put us up to over 50 subscribers, which gives us enough to be able to get you some emotes. We currently have 2. We're going to be throwing about 3 more here in week 2 because we got someone working on them. So please know that we recognize and see all of you guys doing some fantastic things for us. If you are brand new to the FLG, obviously we've been doing this draft series since season 1 all the way in June of 2018. Now, we're going to be doing more forthcoming. At the end of the season will happen about mid-March. We have 2 weekends of postseason playoffs that we're going to be doing. So know that is occurring. But otherwise, we will be having some pre-made organization-based play going forward. So keep your nose on the line. We're going to be telling you about that very soon. We have another series forthcoming. It's going to be between the Nova and the Avalanche. It's going to be a little bit of a break. We're going to try and see if we can accelerate this one since we did have a 3-0 sweep. Those always make the timeline a little bit wonky, especially because we didn't hit any overtime. Early projections, J-Rod. What are you thinking about those 2 teams?
The Avalanche and
Nova.
Oh, goodness.
No?
I'm on the spot.
I mean, you can take a wild guess.
You know what? Well, I do know one thing. Pax is going to do something to throw. It's just reliable. It's a reliable prediction every single time he shows up on stream. He does something wrong. I love Pax to death, but it's just there's always something.
I think he has the longest streak of guaranteed own goals on stream. Just something happens.
It's just so unfortunate. I think he's just I don't know. I don't know. But
talk-
you know what? I do like the Avalanche's chances. If I'm going to put it out, even with Pax, I do like the Avalanche's chances with Peyton.
I mean, yes, Peyton. I think he was the #1 active
playing, right?
draftee from this season. So a wonderful choice coming up for them. But we will be taking a brief intermission, maybe a little bit of an extended one. We'll try and make sure it's not too long. Thank you, everyone, so far has been watching us. This is the end of Week 1 for the Champion League and for the Champions Draft Series. We have one more match ready to go. It could be a sweep. It could be a full Game 5. We don't know just of yet. We'll be back in just a few minutes to be able to decide how we're going to end everything. Be right back.
handful of men ride for the Blackwater.
Tonight, an unsettling tone lingers in the air. The sound makes the horses shriek in fear. From above, piercing thunder roars. The earth has visitors. This is the sound of the machine. Now staring into the sky, the stars dissipate to make way as a mechanical beast makes its descent towards the Earth. In galaxies and space, a tale as old as time. Fear finds a way into the heart of every man. The Blackwater.
Welcome back, everyone. Of course, there's a timer there, so, you know, that's fun stuff. But I'm Hail Monkey Man, and we're back for one more match of the day. It is Champ League time. It is the end of week 1 for our regular season. We've had some fantastic matches so far, a couple of sweeps, and a few game 5s. We had our first just game 4 just a moment ago to start the stream. A little recap, the Tsunami able to take down the Thunderbirds, even though the Thunderbirds were crawling back, just staying alive, outperforming all expectations as he came in from the Vanguard League and really shined. The Mob posting their second sweep as their franchise is seeming really, really strong. But now we get into the Nova and the Avalanche. So we look at these two teams. We look at their rosters right now. It is going to be Oni, Zanri, and Seikl versus Peyton, Ghost, and Pax. Peyton, the #1 active draftee of this season's draft, and very, very strong, almost like Andy strong, if not maybe even more. Depends. He's got to come out, show out. But if you look at these two teams, Oni and Seikl, what a combination. Zanri coming out of retirement to come and join us again. J-Rod, what are your ultimate thoughts here?
I think that the combo with Nova is going to be, I think it's deadly, but I think that Peyton might be a little bit too much as long as Pax does not throw. But I don't think he will. Just all good banter. I'm sure he's going to go back in the VOD and yell at me for all of this. But I'm excited. I'm excited for that conversation.
What is the percentage chance of a throw from Pax?
Oh, goodness. I mean, if we're going to put a percentage on it. Now, are we giving the percentage of, like, him throwing? So, like, percent that he's going to?
I mean, yeah, upwards. Like, what percentage high for him to actually be,
I'm gonna go with a 75% chance of Pax doing something.
To really throw?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, so it looks like I don't know. I think that he'll be fine. I think that he could be okay. He's definitely in a position to try and prove himself again after what happened last season. But Ghost and Peyton, nothing to take away from them because those two could really pull off kind of a Nate and Banger Boy style thing. Oni, Seikl, I think, are going to be complemented by Zanri really well. They had to make a kind of a midweek change out with a little bit of personnel moving in and out because of different reasons. But I think Oni is going to be a massive proponent and weapon to help the Nova succeed. This probably will end in a game 4. I'm going to go ahead and make that prediction. To whom? I'm not sure. I think the advantage leans with the Avalanche. But you guys can tell us as well if you haven't already voted or already bet. Make sure you go ahead and throw that in there. I know that you guys are waiting on the stream, so why not get down there? We've had a lot of waiting going forward, and this one had a bit of a break. So thank you so much for being with us for the day. We're going to a very snowy place as we head down to Snowy Manfield. It's our final best of 5 of the day. Will the Avalanche be able to chill these guys out, or will Supernova's worth of energy be able to burn them down? Peyton's one of those guys. You see him in a combine, and you're like, that guy's going to be special. He is going to be someone that we have to find a way to beat. Right now, Nova, they're led by their captain of Bat, who decided to take himself out of this game. And currently, if I believe so, they are 1-0. They were able to take over and win 3-2 against the Spartans, which puts the Spartans franchise at 0-2, not just in Vanguard League, but in Champ League as well. But hey, you know they're 2-0 in Challenger League, and that's the only league that matters.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
Don't have a Challenger League team. Amen to that.
Oni waiting for a clear. It's going to be a double commit. Nice little pinch. This one go to the far opposite corner. Seikl turning on it. Peyton will beat him there in time. He gets a nice extra play. Oni already committed to that defense, and Zanri with great rotations able to make up for it. Oni is flashing those gold wheels. Has a little bit of Space Station Gaming, maybe inspiration for himself. Ghost is trying to go for that big boost steal. Now Peyton just creeping along from left to right. Pax in the middle. Now, one of those things about Pax is that he takes a while to kind of spin up. I will say that. That's a consistency with him. A little bit more consistent than him throwing. It takes a moment for him to kind of get in the groove with his teammates.
Yeah, get his speed up. Yeah, I'd have to agree with that one.
When he does, it starts to get really kind of ferocious. Definitely something to keep track for them. Zanri missing something out of Ghost. Oh, and just Peyton. He's just going to creep right in there. They're not leaving him any time to think now, because I thought there'd be a little bit more space, but a nice little doink. Ghost with the no touch, and Peyton follows up. Bang.
Yeah, he's not missing that shot. That's actually a really good fake by Ghost there. That's an easy shot for Peyton. He's not going to miss it.
And that's one of those that you really have to kind of trust or have the vision of what's going down, because he went just immediately after that first kind of a maneuver by Ghost. This one's going to drop, come out much further. And then from the high corner touch, Peyton to himself, looking for a double. Pax. Oh my goodness, it's the P and the P. Pax and Peyton. If they had Mr. P out there, it'd be just full P, P, and P.
Oh, that'd be great. The memes would be going nuts. The P's in the chat would be epic.
Peyton, again to himself. He's doing a lot of solo plays. I mean, he's going to be just, he's probably going to take this one. And he will. What a read. Got the boost. Saw that the miss was happening, and Peyton just not slowing down.
The pre-flip there was the impressive part. He got the boost and immediately flipped.
Wow.
He didn't even delay. He immediately flipped. Oh my gosh, Pax with the assist. He's not throwing, boys. He's not throwing.
That is blood in the water, and he is the shark. Halftime now. Nova. A little bit shell-shocked, and Peyton's just going to keep the pace up. Peyton and his pace probably peaking right here. The Ghost throwing it over to Peyton, and now trying to gain a response from the Nova. They have not been on offense for too long. Nova, or Oni rather, to Seikl. Zanri's going to hold down the midfield line. Oni owning the midfield goal. Peyton, he is just a one-man wrecking machine out here.
Speedy. Very, very speedy.
Very fast. Ridiculously so. Oni. Just waiting. There's a lot. Where the Nova are trying to kind of methodically creep their way downfield and kind of wait on a few touches and see if there's a mistake gonna happen. No. You got your main man Peyton here just flying. Absolutely absurd. The sincere amount of boost that his rotations are getting him. Now Ghost leaving it for Peyton. Good defense. He holds it from the near side goalpost and will get the save as well. He's immediately chasing after. This is like, it's like someone's got a yo-yo and a rubber band and just chucking this ball everywhere. Peyton is just falling right after it in immediacy.
Yeah, it's so fast. I mean, he was already there to make that challenge after he made that previous touch. Like, it is incredible.
Oh, trying to get a floor pinch. Takes away from Seikl. Now Peyton looking to possibly punish this. Oni. Not going to get any boost. Peyton already off the ceiling. I just kind of want to watch him. It's just, like, even if he's not touching the ball, his maneuvers are just insane.
Just take off director mode and just go to Peyton. We're just going to watch Peyton the whole time, guys, and we'll try to cast the game.
Yeah, this is... Oh, look. He's... Like, just his dribbling. Oh, an opportunity here. Able to slice one through. A rare mistake and a rare crease on the back line. Peyton threw it over to the corner. For some reason, Ghost and Pax were just having a powwow. What the heck was that?
Yeah, and then Peyton tried to get back, and Zanri just got in the way, and there's nothing he could have done to get through Zanri, and he tried, and at that point, the shot was already on.
Ghost now trying to get a little bit more involved to pinch off the sidewall. Pax already with the touch. Peyton shot on. Seikl with the save. Oh, that's going to be bad. But Zanri able to get behind it. The Nova. I'd be afraid if I was the Nova. Just because I don't know what this... It's like a demon's out there trying to kill you. But what a doink! Peyton, he's got enough time. Ghost serves it right up to Seikl. Pax with a great clear. One thing that I remember Pax always saying, he says, put that ball on the ground whenever they have the lead. He's like, let it touch the ground. And now Seikl, long clear, long pass over to Zanri. That should be a shot. Oni can't get behind it, and now they're in a very dire strait, which will go straight to the ground. The Avalanche. They win by only one, but it felt like they dominated the whole time.
It looked like they dominated. I mean, Peyton with 2 goals, assists by each of his teammates. It felt dominating, but it doesn't show because they have less shots.
Apparently, Peyton left the match. That was all he was gonna do. I don't know. Oh, he's changing his car. All right, so he's gonna do that now. That's cool.
Well, he was in the Octane. I wonder what he's gonna come back in next. I'm predicting a Scarab.
No.
Like how.
Do you think he's gonna just mess with him with the Scarab?
Who played in the Scarab today? Flakes. Flakes played in the Scarab with FCB. Did you see that today?
I did not see that today. I've not been able to see anything today.
Yeah, he played in the Scarab.
That was wild. Well,
yeah, in an RLCS match, in league play, he played in the Scarab.
What a badass. But let's talk about it, because Peyton has 4 shots, 50% in the field, and able to just put on all that pressure. Ghost holding down the back line with 4 saves of the 7 for the Avalanche. But there was a lot of offense coming out of the Nova. They were definitely down there putting on the pressure. 9 shots to just the 5 of the Avalanche. So it's a matter of just, making sure the consistency stays. And we're already getting onto the field. I bet you a Dominus comes out, unless he just wants to change to a different style Octane. Who knows? Game number 2.
It looks like it's a different style Octane.
Yeah, it's probably just another Octane. Just, whatever, flexing. I think he had a solid pink one. Now it's just solid red. Oh, I thought my game crashed. Okay, cool. We're fine. Everything's fine. That would have been...
I was going to say, oh boy.
That would have been
Here
awful.
we go.
You would have
Yep, solo casting. Yeah, they would have been awful. You're right.
You would have had to do the radio announcer style casting. Peyton already pressing the attack. Kind of sends it right off from the backside. Now here's one thing, another thing that's you have to look out for. If Peyton is not going to score, very dangerous touch there for the Nova. And Pax and Ghost aren't communicating as like they need to make his offense work, then this actually doesn't go their way. They have to make sure that they're like, all right, if he's gonna be speedy chase boy, then we cannot get out of position. Because as soon as they do, game over.
Exactly. It's definitely, you've got to adapt to that. It's like an Andy. You play to Andy style. You don't play to your other teammate style. You played it Andy style.
I'll definitely tell you, this almost looks faster than Andy. This is weird. This is like a robot that's just being put on like 10 volume and difficulty.
Like, I don't believe it. I don't believe what I'm seeing here.
It's all right, but it is. I will say, in terms of balance, it's much more offensively minded. Zanri missing the pinch and going for it, a direct line challenge. Ghost unable to get there. Oni will force it back behind Peyton, so now slowing him down. Pax to Zanri. And the Nova, they've got a shot, and what a pass that was! Seikl lining it up, knocking it down, and that's a lead for the Nova.
Great read by Zanri, right over to Seikl, beats Ghost, and Peyton was just out of the play. He was not in rotation for that play, and that's, I guess, how you have to beat the Avalanche. Keep him uninvolved.
Yeah, that was something. I mean, Zanri, oh, dang, they almost got that off a very fortuitous touch. And now Peyton immediately going for something from the ceiling. This one's going to drop over to Ghost. Ghost is a little bit of a high bop, and Pax trying to make the lineup. Oh, and Ghost can't get it around Oni. Oni, for all his lack of boost, will be able to get there in time. Peyton forcing the issue yet again. Oh, a nice clear will be denied. Seikl trying to get behind it. Ghost to Pax, and Pax now finding a response. The Avalanche strike right back.
It's like his old name, Pack Snack. Some popcorn flew out of the net right there. Look at that.
I'm proud of him.
But no, it's a great shot by Pax. That's a good shot, putting it far post where the Nova could not get back to make that save.
Pack Snack attack. No slack. Peyton. Oh, he's trying to lay the smack, but he doesn't really get all of that ball. Oni. Leaving for, I believe, Zanri to go up, but it's a late touch, so we'll 50 up to the ceiling. I believe Oni and Seikl don't have much in the way of boost. The communication seems to be breaking down, trying to just jump his way over there. I'm going to tell you right now, this guy really loves the ceiling. He just throws himself up there to get that reset.
Yes, he does. He uses this. He utilizes that very well.
Oh, Oni. Good clear, taking the midfield boost. Now it's over to Zanri. Zanri's gonna play it slow. What a flick and what a touch! Team plays coming out, and it's once more Zanri and Seikl, the 1-2 punch.
It's a great flick by Zanri, and Seikl with a great read, just a nice and easy, just slot it home.
Hey, all right. So the Nova, they took some notes, finding a way to make it happen. Zanri, the midfield line is Seikl trying to get it clear. Peyton not able to get there in time. Actually, no, that was not Peyton. I apologize. That was Pax. Ghost from the midfield. Once more, we see Zanri setting up and knocking him down. Peyton in a 1v1 now against Oni. Oni out of position. Ghost looking to finish it off, and Peyton just could not get rid of the defender in the midfield. Zanri to Seikl. No, it's Oni. He's going to try and drop it low. Peyton with a fantastic clear, and he is speedy enough to work both sides of the field. Now to himself, looking for a second touch. Can't get there. Zanri has been doing very well as a playmaker for his team. He's setting up these passes. That's a double commit, and it can't be punished. A nice boost grab. Two of them, in fact, is going to slow down the forthcoming attack, and Ghost just became a ghost of his own offense. And Peyton getting destroyed. Nova, they're holding their own right now. They were able to come out of that shell shock, and they're doing very well against the Avalanche.
They're doing a very good job. Oh, well, I guess that's one way to keep Peyton out of play. Just keep demoing him.
Hey, it's going to get him frustrated. It's going to get him tilted maybe a little bit. But one thing to keep themselves out of play, the Nova really got to stop double committing. That's happening like 3 times now. Pax. Chugging it to the ceiling, and now a great counter clear. Seikl going to get challenged. Oni to the high wall. Pax going to get there in time. Yes, he will. It's fed right into the middle circle, and Ghost is there late. Peyton to the opposite lane. That goes right over to Pax. Pax looking for the shot and a pre-jump save. Oni just put himself right up in the middle of that net and trusted the ball would come to him.
Yes. Oh, that was a great save by Oni. He had to definitely pre-jump that. That was the only way he was going to be able to stop it.
Zanri waiting on it. Ghost trying to get that feed. Peyton will take that very well. Thank you very much. Trying to trace. Oh my goodness, he did it again. Oni with a clutch defense coming out. No, not a whole lot of boosts for Zanri, and they are not slowing down Peyton, but Peyton is going to just take this challenge to the bank. He gets right up in there. No one can see him. And it is Oni. His defense just couldn't stand up the entire time.
That's just unfortunate, but a great play by Peyton to read the touch by Oni to then dunk him and put it in the net. And to tie it up at 2 with 7 seconds left. Kind of important. Oh, that's
One
scary.
more left. Pax. Oh, last second save puts us in OT. The Nova have been doing very well, but the persistent attack by Peyton and company is going to be the X factor here. Ghost going for the ender. It's a double commit upfield. Oni getting bumped by Ghost. Peyton trying to take another double to himself. Seiko looking for another clear. We'll go 50 to the opposite side. Oni, fast touch. Over to Pax. Pax to the corner. Feeds it right back to Oni. It's a dunker. Seiko, backboard. Where's Zanri? He's not coming up yet. He's going to stay in the midfield line and await the counterplay from Avalanche. Now to the midfield. That's a touch over to Pax. They will work this corner and rotate very swiftly. Zanri with the drop off. It goes to Oni. What a save! Ghost saw that coming and shut it down in a hurry.
Yeah, he needed to see that coming. That was a goal. If he doesn't pre-jump that, there is no way anyone is stopping that from the Avalanche.
Definitely. But now from the low side of the wall, Zanri, I don't know how much boost he has, but he's going to pop it up over to Ghost. Peyton, he's coming straight to it, and another shutdown. That will not be a concerted save, but it will be a counter clear, and that will be the Game 2 win to bring Nova right back in this series.
The double commit by Pax and Peyton, and at that point, no one can get back, and that's an easy tap-in by Oni.
Fantastic work by the Nova. Very concerted effort to be able to find solutions from Game 1's woes. And apparently they don't like the map. All right, well, fine. We'll fix it up for you guys. We'll say the weather changed or something. We'll put it down to regular Manfield. But for right now, let's talk about these stats. Pretty darn even across the board. Oni supporting the defense in earnest. It's one of those situations where you just make so many saves, you're like, all right, I gotta do this, or there's gonna be like 3 extra goals behind me, and just the reads, the thoughts, the solutions. But can you keep it up to be able to keep Nova in this race right now with Peyton?
I think that they can. You saw the pass plays come out, and I think that's going to be the biggest key to success for Nova. And I mean, you put up 2 goals. You kept the pace. Yes, Oni did play incredible defense, making all of those saves. But I don't know. I have a weird feeling that Nova could find a way. It's going to take 5. But I think they can find a way to win this series.
All right.
The weather changed.
The weather did change. Oh, look. We took the snowblower out, and now
It's
everything's
sunny.
good.
Oh, it's so pretty, guys. Look how pretty it is.
The guys are liking it, apparently, so they're happy about it. All right. Well, getting down to game number 3. We're down to a best of 3 at this point. Nova. Their sniper-like mentality when it comes to the passes really playing in their favor. We need to see if Zanri can keep it up. Their defense has to play stout. Their challenges have to continue to face the speed that is Peyton. Ghost trying to take away a touch, but he will end up dishing it over to Oni. Oni will take that forward-leaning boost, and a nice clear by Ghost. He's going to get some real estate between them and their net. Zanri's one of those guys that, like, he has great just game awareness and game knowledge to be able to kind of make these better passing plays and great touches and take away from the other players. And I mean, that's just enabling Oni and Seiko to do what they have to get downfield and make these goals. But we're still in the opening minutes. Peyton, I think he just needs to get in there and start demolishing them again. Ghost will take the most of that pass, and it will be Avalanche up.
Payne just comes flying in. Seiko didn't even realize Xavier tries to get the clear and goes with a perfect step, perfect read, perfect predict, and slots it home to the near post.
If it's not Ghost being jumped up from behind by Peyton, it's Peyton doing the same thing to Ghost. That was a very poor maneuver. Don't know why he did that. Ghost is going to get his second goal. This kind of bunny hop thing. Boing. I think he thought that maybe an immediate shot was happening. I don't know.
Either immediate shot, a balance of the wall, but regardless, F's in the chat. You gotta feel for it. I've done it before. We've all had our moments.
Zandri, good heads up save. Peyton was trying to get an immediate touch. He already is turning around, but his speed is playing against him. He does bump Zandri away. I don't even know who ended up getting that boost. But if he is not going for the ball, he's also working to get these cars offline. Oni, right to Peyton. He's looking for a double. He's already committed to it. If anything, he's just using the intimidation factor of what he's already been able to kind of improve. Oh, counter all the way downfield. Peyton with a save again. Now to the high corner, trying to make the takeaway from Sekel. I wonder if it just feels like you're kind of like running underwater whenever you're out there against Peyton, because that just seems like it'd be like in slow motion.
It's got to be a tough task. It really is probably a tough task.
Ooh, he's able to dribble right up to that high 90. Oh, and he ends up saving it, going for that bump. It is now a 1v1 with Sekel versus Ghost. Is he trying to delay? He cannot do so. Ghost will still get the clear downfield. Oni waiting. Peyton back to the ceiling. Gonna leave Oni with an easy, at least, trap. Pax. Ghost didn't trust Pax. I'm noticing it's gonna be one after the other when it comes to Peyton, but so far it seems like they cannot trust their rotations heading forward into the offense.
Yeah, that's definitely something that they gotta work on. If it's next game, if it's this game, if it's next week, but it's definitely something they need to talk about and figure it out so they don't have any more issues moving forward.
Oni. It's going to be over to Peyton again. That's a shot coming on and a nice save by Oni. There's two in the net. They have to jump. Oni did. Sekel, he's running out of boost. Peyton, he's going to try and double it. It's dropping in. What a save by Zandri. Can they do it one more time? A miss by Ghost. And Pax trying to continue the play. That's a lot of pressure, but not much damage.
There's a lot of damage on that back wall, though, Monkey. There are a lot of holes on that back wall after that one.
That one's starting to crack open.
Yeah, seriously. But it was still great offensive pressure by Avalanche. It's just it couldn't fall. The snow didn't want to fall.
Well, you know, true. We got rid of them.
Yeah.
Oh.
Advantage Nova.
Oni, all he has to do is clean this up. Good little clear. It stayed on the ground, and the Nova cut this lead in half.
Wow, what a pinch pass between Zandri and Sekel, and Oni's just like, oh, okay, I'll take that. Thank you.
Nice. I mean, that's what the Nova needs to be able to get back in this, because they've been down 2-0, and it's been a ton of pressure in their face. They've survived the siege of this multitude of shots. Peyton trying to get it right back to himself. I'm going to call him the king of double touches, because he's trying to grab every single one off the sidewall and everywhere. Sekel, no. Oni to Peyton. Zandri to the back wall. He's going to try and read this corner. Oni now putting it over to Sekel. The drop in Zandri. No! Oni couldn't do it either. Oh my goodness. And nearly pinched off the front 90 as well. We have 65 seconds remaining. Trying to get that game for match point advantage. Peyton to himself. Nothing. A nice little doink. Ghost will be there before Sekel can return. Now Zandri a turn right back to Sekel. He has to pre-jump. Oh, these challenges. Sekel dropping Peyton. Oni came right off the ceiling. Zandri, that's a very long pass, and that's way too much space that Peyton is going to intercept, and that could be all she wrote.
The demo on Sekel. Oni's out of position at that point. I mean, Peyton's not going to miss that.
No.
Not going to happen.
I mean, that was literally from wall to wall pass. And I know that he was probably just trying to make the ball move upfield, but that's the way too much space for him to be able to get between. Sekel off his front hood. Peyton thought something crazy was going to happen and just already went for the challenge. Sekel, not much boost. And Zandri, realizing the pace of play is a little bit too slow, but maybe he took away an opportunity from his teammate. Oni. Downfield, has to get it clear, but with the timer counting down and down by 2, it's going to be a game 4 match point advantage for the Avalanche. They're going to come in hot.
Yes. Although I hope the snow doesn't melt too quickly. But there should be enough snow on the mountain for this to be okay, being on Manfield, you know. It's a little too warm for him.
So getting back into this, obviously Nova, they kept pace with them. They obviously, based on the amount of saves that happened, they just were kind of stuck on their back line. Heck, based on the amount of shots going down, 15 shots to the 7 of Nova, doubling up their offense and just all over them, smothering them. Just, it's a complete avalanche storm that's just burying them under the cold. I wonder if Ghost is going to make a car change. Just make sure that everything is good with him. But otherwise,
Scarab. Somebody go in the Scarab.
I don't want to see a Scarab.
Sure. Peyton didn't know.
They're just doing their thing. But you know what? They're definitely the Nova. They got their passes shut down. They weren't able to replicate what they could do in game number 2 to tie up this series, and it was the disruption factor that Peyton provided that he did in game 1. So maybe it's gonna be an odds and evens style series. That happens a lot, where you take one, take the other, and just pendulum swings back and forth, which could lead us to a game 5, which would be amazing. This could be the last game of the day for the Champion League for week 1. I'm glad you've been joining us. Make sure support your chaps in the chat. It's either Avalanche or it's Nova. Let's get to game number 4 rather, in a hurry. Double commit by Peyton and Pax. PMP going up for Noni, having it taken away from him. Seiko to the high wall. And will be Zanri with a soft 50. Who's your main person to look out for from the Nova for, you know, these casual miracles to occur?
I think Oni's the guy. Oni made a lot of saves in that game where they won, so I think that's going to be the key to success. But I think someone else needs to step up, though. It can't all be him, obviously.
True. But he's also got a mind. Oh, Ghost. Gonna get that pinch. What a great position right here. He knew he was out of boost and out of time, but Zanri, Oni just couldn't get there, and Ghost was already just beelining for that goal.
That's a great 50. That is a fantastic 50 just after Oni made that touch. So it was all his touch, and he puts it on net.
Oni trying to make up for it. He's going to leave it aside. Peyton popping it high, and Pax actually still has to make this rotation. Peyton immediately just kind of pogo stick jumping up underneath him. Xander expecting this to stay on the wall. He's going to 1v3 this. Ghost maybe looking for a demo. Looking for the shot. Will not be there. Only up by 1 outside the first 60 seconds. The Avalanche still looking just as strong as they were in game 1 and game 3. High corner on the back wall. Peyton, leave it for Ghost. No, he actually just slings it. He's definitely changed out where he's deciding to put the ball. The majority of the time, he's always been putting it to the wall and to the high corners. He's now trying to just work the midfield. What the heck is he doing? There's just so many twists happening.
Yeah, I think it might have been thinking it might have hit the corner of the wall, which then he would wanted to read it. But as soon as it doesn't hit that corner, there's almost no chance he puts it on net. So I think he just bailed on it at that point.
Pax on that lateral. Ghost came streaking in. They're going to keep sideboard play. Seiko, they just can't get beyond Peyton. And this is going to be another tosser. Ghost with his second goal. And the Nova is starting to look a little bit more dire for them.
Ghost is really supporting Peyton right now, and that's the biggest thing right now.
Xander is saying that he thought Peyton had a double. Said faking.
Well, I mean, considering how fast Peyton's been playing and how well he's been playing, you almost have to assume he's hitting that. You're almost like, you know what? He is going to hit that. When he doesn't hit it, you're like, yeah, boys, I thought he had it.
I mean, I would assume that no matter where the ball is, Peyton has it. Like, there's nothing that I don't think that he can't get. Seiko's going to be coming into this red hot. A nice little challenge right there, and still only down by 2. You can make this work. Oh! A little bit of pressure. Seiko! They're nearly saved by Oni, but it ended up being a goal. Nova, yet again, cutting into this lead.
Oh my gosh, Zanri overpowered that. Oni was dunking that in. It might have been a goal immediately, but regardless, it all works out. Zanri to Seiko works again.
Just kind of... I know that he's being as patient as he can, but Zanri was definitely trying to force the issue. I think he's trying to play speed with speed, which is, you know, it's an okay tactic. Pax there. Oni, very patient. Another one forthcoming. He's gonna try and double it in. If he had made that touch, I would have quit. I don't even know. Like, I've been done. Seiko gonna get pounded over by Pax, and this one will still make the stack. What a clear by Zanri. Pax now gonna drop into his face, get a nice little touch. Open arms. No one's there except Peyton, who apparently has a full canister of boost every single second of the match. Seiko, this is... Oh my goodness. He's got hacks. That's all he's got. Already launching. Oh, that's a miss! And it will not be punished! A rare miss by Peyton, and that one could have been a goal. Oni couldn't get that on his front bumper, which means it's going to be quite slow. Seiko to himself, maybe looking for a doink, gets one, and it will be shut down by none other than who? Than Peyton, but this one comes off his fender, and Zanri will get the bender to tie up this game.
Yeah, Zanri wasn't letting Peyton make the save. He saw Peyton jump. He shot a near post. Peyton already predicted too far there at that point to make that save.
Oh boy, Nova. They've come back. They've tied up this game. They've been able to do the same thing in game 2. Seiko to himself. They're putting Peyton in a box and making it work. That's definitely something that helped them out the last time. You have to take away the shutdown and the disruption that his style of play produces. Now Seiko trying to go for a clear. Pax will be there late. And it's now Ghost with the follow-up. Zanri rotating to the sidewall. This is going to be a shot. Need to be there. Now it's Peyton, forthcoming. Oh, and he slots it underneath. Peyton is going to find the difference maker. 65 seconds remaining.
I want to know how he found the gap. 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
And he finds the hole. Wow. That's a great placement by Peyton there. Off the shot pass from Pax. So that's good to see.
That was nutty. But we still have a minute left. The Avalanche sniffing out a 3-1 win. I said this would go only through game 4, and that may still be the truth. Oni was trusting in Zanri. Seiko all the way downfield, and he cannot stop the Peyton train of Peyton.
Oh my. And he goes one, hop over. Dang. You hate to see it. Unless you're an Avalanche fan, you'd love to see it.
Still within 2. I've seen crazier things happen. Pax. It's going to be a clear by Oni. He still can beat Ghost, but that's going to be a hard one to chase. Seiko, a drop to Zanri, and there's going to be a lot of disruption by Oni if this is going to work, but I don't think so. A nice little demo gets rid of Pax. They can't get Peyton off the field, though. Seiko over to Oni. Great pass and go, but that one is good to go for Ghost, and that is his hat trick.
25 seconds, 3 goals. That's a tough one.
Maybe 8.333 repeating seconds per goal.
It's doable, but oh man, that's tough.
That's fast math right there, ladies and gentlemen. Peyton, I'm gonna give him the MVP of this. Ghost playing a stellar game number 4, but I mean, I don't think there's any doubt. Your number 1 draftee of season 5, really showing out and showing off and showing why he is the pain train of Peyton. Just putting on a clinic and getting. Oh, he won't get his hat trick though. He'll be denied. That one will go instead to Ghost. And the Avalanche, they are just proving to be way too much for the Nova to handle. Congratulations to them. They are now 1-0. Nova, a little bit short, a little bit 1-1. Not a bad way to start the season, but definitely that was a riot. That was rough. Whew.
Yeah, a little bit. I think Peyton definitely proved to be a little too much for Nova, and Ghost supported him very well. Pax being a nice third man in the rotation. I really don't.
Is that what you're gonna call it?
I want to say supporting, but I don't know if he supported. He kind of just was the third guy, which is fine. You're allowed to be. Like, they had 15 shots as a team. So, I mean, you're putting shots on. It's hard to save 15 shots in a game. But no, I think that the three of them work very well. I think they just need to clean up a couple things, and I think that it could be very deadly moving on through the season.
So how do you prepare for someone like Peyton? Obviously, we already know someone like Peyton in the way of Andy, but how do you prepare for that? whenever, especially you have your Tsunami group. They did so well today. All these groups doing fantastic work on the day, but how do you do that? How do you manage this one man, just crazy crew, hitting the corners, hitting your walls? You got to shut him down somehow. You got to disrupt him. And the passes, honestly, Xanri, Oni, Seikle, the chemistry was there, but they just couldn't keep the pace.
I think that there's 3 keys. Bumps obviously on Peyton. Demos on Peyton and the other teammates, because if Peyton's do all that stuff and you demo the back guy, you're creating a 2-on-1 and Peyton's out of the play. And then I think the third thing that you would have to do is definitely control the boost. So, like, your back 2 and the mids. The mids have to be yours. You can't let Peyton have that extra 2 to pick from as he's rotating. And you've got to limit his ability. Like you said, he had a lot of boost in the tank the entire time. I'd love to see how much boost he used in that last game. I think that'd be a great stat to see. But I think that's how you have to do it. You have to slow him down, and the only way to do it is by not letting him have 100 boost in his tank every single moment. So...
Well, hey, I mean, if you can find a way to just get in his way, slow him down. I still think he's just going to end up wave dashing and somehow produce his own boost just through some kind of light speed, I don't know, transfer. I don't know. But regardless, our week 1 on stream is complete. There's quite a few matches that still need to be completed off stream, and we're going to have all those stats accounted for forthcoming. The schedules for each and every single league will be put out tonight. So if you're wondering who's going to be on stream next week, we'll be making sure to put that into the Discord. If you're not already part of the Discord, well, you should join. Exclamation point Discord in the chat. Get up in there. Join us. We're going to be doing some fun stuff forthcoming, and we're still doing fun things for this. If you want to be part of this current league, right now we do have mid-season free agent applications open. All you have to do is exclamation point league, and you should be able to pop up that app. We'll get you the free agent roles that are appropriate to you, and then people may be able to pick you up. We have already had a few trades, a few that are on wire lock, just because, you know, good teams looking to be even better. And then in about 3 more weeks after the regular season's done, we're going to be hitting the postseason. Cross-divisional matchups will be complete by today, whether it be forfeit, no contest, or full completions. And then we start in 2 divisions. Challenger League will be our next matchup forthcoming next Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern. So that's going to be Diamond 1 through Champ 1. It's one of my favorite leagues to watch. Everyone, I think, loves watching Challenger League. It's pretty darn fun. So if you've been missing out, please don't. It's a hoot and it's a holler. It's a hoedown. It's awesome. So say howdy to us as well on Twitter. You can hit that with the same kind of command in the chat, and we've been posting all our stuff up on there. I'll make sure to have the standings up to date. And J-Rod, once again, thank you for your 2-day stint hanging out with me, and I'm glad your PC works. Mine was a Frankenstein the first time I made it, so I know that can be a fun ordeal.
Oh, I mean, we started building it 7, 8 o'clock, and we weren't done till 4 in the morning. So yeah, it was a pain, but I love. It hurts my wallet It hurts looking at my credit card statement, but just like having it and using it, it's night and day.
Well, I mean, it's worth it in the end. But if you can't, hey, we are open to PS4, Switch, and Xbox players as well. We do not discriminate, so do what you're gonna do. We love all of you guys. Also, there's gonna be another stream on tonight. If you guys don't know Cryptide, you better, because he's awesome. And there's gonna be an off stream from us, on stream for him. Thunderbirds versus Ninjas. The Ninjas haven't dropped a game. So, I'm going to be making sure to put in a host command later on. If you can't find it directly from him, you can find it from us. Otherwise, we're going to be signing off for this week. It has been a fantastic time for me, and I hope to get to see you in week 2. The FLG signing off for the Champions Draft Series Season 5.
Bye.
When I would dream
told me stop it. So much hate, it made me nauseous. Worked in silence, made me cautious. I exerted every option, count me out. Must think I lost it, losing sleep. Somehow I thought it. I heard life was a box of chocolates. Ain't shit sweet round here, it's toxic. Made the most of what we got. We go hard, been through a lot. So we party till we drop. Tell the neighbors it won't stop. Watch your shorty hit me up on days I need to pick me up. I just wanna live it up. Can somebody lift me up? What's life when you stay grounded? Too high, can't come down. But what's life if you stay grounded? I just wanna live it up. Can somebody lift me